now we're going to explore the fundraising component of the software. When you purchase the VG-CRM software, you decide whether or not you want to be licensed for fundraising or not. If you are not licensed for fundraising, then this lesson will not be of any interest to you. So if you are interested in fundraising, there's two simple aspects of fundraising that we cover in this program, aside from all of the marketing capability that we've covered in the prior lessons. Basically, under the fundraising component, you also have the ability to track pledges and track donations. So we're going to cover each one of those. We're going to start with pledges, and to do that I'm going to go into this fundraising tab, and basically I can create a pledge record. So a pledge record differs from a donation because a pledge would be something where a company may say that they're going to raise, for argument's sake, say $10,000 over the next 2 years towards a cause or something like that, whereas a donation is when they actually do give you a donation at that particular moment in time. So you can have donations without having pledges, but pledges are sometimes part of larger campaigns. So let's explore that. I'm going to create a pledge record. If it's a new pledge, we're going to leave this blank, and we pick the date that the pledge is made. And if it's a pledge that's going to span over time, we would pick when it's going to be completed. So if this is going to be in a year from now, I'll pick the ending date of the pledge 1 year from now. And so let's say that total pledge amount is going to be for $10,000. I then attach that pledge to any of my prospects, and we have 2 in this one that we happen to do. So I'm going to pick the ABC Company Limited. And you also attach a pledge to a particular campaign. So I'll just pick the Christmas campaign. Under the details of the pledge, basically here's where you can type how they're supposed to be paying that pledge or how they're coming up with it. So donations from monthly payroll runs. Okay? Something like that, whatever the case might be. You can put in whatever details make sense to you. You can optionally set up a contact record to remind yourself to follow up with them. So for example, if this is donations from monthly payroll runs, what we might want to do is touch base with them the first week in August. And we'll set this for myself to follow up and say, check in with them to see how their payroll donations went on the initial run. And I'm just going to save this at this point, okay? So to show you how that shows up, there's a couple things we can look up. One, we can look at the prospect, and if we see the prospect here, and we've got ABC Company Limited loaded, if we go to the pledge history, we can see that they did pledge $10,000. As that pledge gets paid down, so will the balance. So we'll always see the amount and the balance. And furthermore, from this same screen, you can print letters. You can design letters and print them out for the pledge. I am logged in as administrator. Because I'm logged in as administrator, I get this little extra check or drop down button on my printer, and that means that I can go into a designer and change how that letter looks. We're not going to cover that in this lesson, but I'll just print off the letter as we've got it designed in here. And so this is basically a letter that we are printing off from the client's pledge record. And you can change the design of that, as I said. And lastly, with pledges, under the report section in the menu, there is a report that will show you all of your uncompleted pledges or open pledges that you can print. So for example, if I print everything for all, it will simply show a report that, and I'll just blow it up a bit here, basically shows all of the open pledges we have in the system. Of course, we only have one in this one. And that concludes the quick lesson on logging pledges.